Hello, everyone. Good day. My name is Bruce Walker, and this is my presentation on my information retrieval system. First, let's start by identifying the domain and the problem that's being solved here. So at the beginning of this course, I set out to solve a problem that my company is currently experiencing, and that's poor sales. I've seen where the sales department has been having declining sales month after month. So during this course, I sought to use the knowledge that I would have gained from this course to build a potential lead generator for them. Um, so next thing is the system architecture and the code structure. So here, this is a quick walkthrough of the code, pretty much the same code base that was used in two of the previous homeworks, homeworks 4 and homeworks 3. So here we're getting our corpus, building our preprocessors. We're loading our corpus here, and then we're tokenizing our corpus. Then here we start to build our different retrieval methods. First one being rank best match in 25. And then we go ahead and use FAISS. And then we call the model as being used. Then we define our dense search method. Keep going, and then this is a definition for our hybrid search. This is where we're using both BM25 and FAISS to see if that would give us better results. Yep, going through. And this is how we call. These are just some test scripts that I write to see the output here in the console. And then we have paragraph chunking. So this is a novel method that I did research on for homework 5. And it's called paragraph chunking. So what it pretty much does is it goes through the corpus, each document 1 to document whatever, and it gives context to your searches, meaning it doesn't just do, like, say for example, a BM25 where it matches different processed I guess tokens and try to match them and see which one matches mostly. What this does, it grabs, say for instance, this document, it grabs an entire paragraph and an entire paragraph and an entire paragraph, and then it creates an array like that, right? This is where it's going in, finding the paragraphs. So when you do a search, it's not just searching, oh, does this token match this value? No, it's checking against an entire paragraph. So you can get better context to your searches. This is what this method does here. And then this is me testing it. And yeah, this is the code base that was used to dispatch our different searches, which I'll show you in the UI shortly. So if it's a BM25, we go ahead and call the BM25 method. If it's a FAISS, we go ahead and call the dense. If it's a paragraph chunk, we'll call that. And if it's hybrid, we'll go ahead and call that this one. All right. This is me testing out that method. And this is me here using Flask to spin up a quick local web page, which I'm going to demo shortly. And again, this is a simple HTML that we use to create a search bar and some drop-down options and a search button that will go ahead and list our results from our method here. Search dispatcher. And this is where we kick off our server locally. So let me go over to our UI now. So what I'm going to demonstrate now is a couple live queries that are in my my zip folder. These are pretty much the same queries that I used to get my metrics, and so I'm going to use them in the same format, just to test a couple of them. And so let's start with the first one. If I grab this, what I'm going to do is take a couple of these queries and put them within our IR system and look at the results and talk about them a little bit. So the first one is use 2021 Toyota Camry under 25. So here, this is our search box. And then these are the different methods that we just walked through in our code base. Um, yeah, so we can run the same query against the different methods and have the results shown here. So let's go with the first one, BM25. So when we search for BM25, we see that we get back document 189. And this is the document here. I just printed out a couple of characters of the document so we could see it. And these are the scores that BM25 gave these different documents. As you can see, let's run it for this one as well. And then this is another one here. Used vehicle. You see this one, it does seem to be focused on the used a lot more because you see almost all the searches return used, which when I was doing homework for that did bring back better, more precise results for this one. It does have a little bit of context that BM25 is not necessarily able to capture. And here is paragraph chunking. So we're going to run the same query for paragraph chunking. And yeah, this is the result. So what I realized from this one is the paragraph chunking seems pretty consistent because if you look here, we have pretty much the same document coming over and over. This tells us that within our corpus, we do have duplicate documents, but in different spots, right? So I gave it the same scores. That shows us that this is not this one, but the paragraph chunking which we just used, is does seem to reap good benefits, right? And as you can see, when ahead and it started to get Lakeland, Toyota, new and used dealership, SUV trucks here in Florida, and SUV trucks. Again, see it picking up another duplicate here. And so let's move on to our hybrid with the same query. All right, yeah, so for this one, the query that we used again was, use 2021 Toyota Camry under 25. This one brought back pretty decent results as well. As you if you were paying attention and seeing that a lot of the document IDs were repeated, like this one was in the BM and the FAISS methods, and also this one. So a couple of documents do return on different search methods, which is pretty good for a system, right? Let's move on to another query. Let's pick another one. Let's go with uh something Tesla. Let's go with Tesla. First, let's go pick BM25. This is our query. Use Tesla Model 3 inventory dealerships. Right. So here we go. BM25 gave us back these results. Yeah, BM25, it doesn't seem to be picking up any duplicates. Scores are relatively high for this query. Let's see what the other methods bring. Mm, this one was the FAIS. Seem to have gotten another duplicate here. But then let's keep going. Yeah, that was the only one. Let's look at another one. Paragraph chunking. Okay. Let's see if that's hybrid. Let's select one more query. Let's put this long one. Mhm. So dealerships offering college graduate discounts. Yeah, when I was doing this and I was testing it during like homework three, I did definitely find a couple results that showed this very message here. It's like offering college graduate. Might not show here because we're just grabbing the first 100 characters for demonstration purposes, or else this would have been, very hard to go through. Uh, yep. Let's look at another one. Relevance. Okay. Yeah, I was hoping to see if I could see the message for one of them, but I guess not. All right, so that's my demonstration of my system in the UI, and so we evaluated live queries. So this we also evaluated the outputs. So yeah, that's my presentation on how my system works. I'm gonna put all the instructions to run this code locally in my README, and yep, that's it. Thank you very much. Please stop recording.